Guys, we have another story. Thomas Müller, that Man United had shown all Man United interest in Thomas Müller is being anticipated to obviously be really re-brought back in the January transfer window. That is it, coming in from Christian Falk, very close source coming in from Germany and Bayern Munich. Christian Falk, you know him very well, and he works for the Sports Build in Germany. Then Sir Jim Ratcliffe announcement for Ineos deal for Man United has not going to happen today. I'm going to let you know what it means for it not happening today. And lastly, Erik ten Hag on how he's going to increase the intensity of the players of Man United and why the injuries are really huge. Something that I believe it's a story that someone just wanted to put up, obviously, to really get a mention of, which I'm going to obviously give it to him. But I'm obviously going to water it down because there are no what we call typical facts that obviously reflect onto that. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David has always been my name, and you can as well call me RD. But we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims barakallahu fikum, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Now, let's obviously start it off with Thomas Müller, a story that I believe that is being pushed by someone close to Thomas Müller. Now, we are having Manchester United had shown interest in Thomas Müller last January. Ten Hag believes that with his experience, Müller could be one of the players to help United back on the right track. Back then, however, Müller was not interested. Now, you know, when we talk about January this year, it was really very hard for the club of Man United. For everyone that Erik ten Hag wanted, he couldn't get. We all knew that. He wanted he wanted Cody Gakpo, and PSV wanted £36 million that United couldn't afford because of the financial fair play, and they never wanted to obviously bleach the rule. After that, he went ahead and told Man United, please get me João Felix on loan, then he'll take us through, because we needed a second striker, the club of Manchester United, as Anton Martial had proven to be an injury-prone player. Then we went in, we showed interest for Thomas Müller, but for Thomas Müller it was really a hard one to obviously see to it that it went into a happening mode, as Man United never had money. Though he would have been cheap, but we never had that money to spend, because for Wout Weghorst we spent just 2.5 million euros. You know, that is it, and that's how everything really went ahead to happen, and the guy ended up coming in at Manchester United. Though we had to obviously have an agreement with Burnley, and then when that agreement was done and dusted, then the player really showed up for the club of Manchester United. Now we are in here hearing that we might go in for him, something I don't really believe is going to happen to Manchester United, because Ten Hag has already shown us this season that he's not going to go in for grown-up players. He's not going to go in for grown-up players, because if he was going in for grown-up players, I'm going to tell Man United that let's use the £72 million we obviously offered to Atalanta to sign Rasmus Højlund, to use it to bring in Harry Kane, because Harry Kane wanted to come to play for the club of Manchester United. That is it. And if we kept our interest on, then you never know what would have gone ahead to happen in our negotiations. Maybe a purchase of Harry Kane plus a player, but that money was there, and Bayern Munich went ahead to only pay not even £80 million, but 80 million euros, and went ahead obviously put in a clause in his contract that Spurs will be given 2 games against Bayern Munich, and those 2 games will obviously see to it that all proceedings coming in from those games will obviously go in the pocket of Tottenham Hotspur. And if at all you know how much a team can get from a game, then you'll obviously get to know. For example, when you look at the Allianz Arena, right? When you look at the Allianz Arena, because this game is obviously going to be played, I think one will be played in an Allianz Arena, it has 75,000 people. Now, if at all each person who comes into the game is made to pay a fee up to, like, let's say £30, you know, £30 times 70,000, you know, that is like, I think it's like, you can call for like £3 million, right? But remember, that's not the hugest contributor for the game of football. The hugest contributor for the game of football are the sponsors. Those ads you see to it that run onto the the billboards, you know, the billboards of the pitch, they really bring a lot of money. So you might see to it that Spurs can end up getting like 20 or 30 million pounds per game, because those games will be aired live on TV, and TVs will like to obviously pay some money to obviously buy those games. So if they get like 30 or 40 million pounds from 2 games, that will be something great for the club of Tottenham Hotspur. That will be good business, meaning that if Spurs was willing to agree such a deal with Bayern Munich, a team that doesn't have a support like Man United has, then it would have been a possible option for United to obviously pay 70 million pounds and then tell Spurs, we are giving you 2 pre-season friendlies, and every money that comes out of that game will go into your pockets, you know. So that will be good business for them, because United has very many fans who would love to watch that game worldwide, and it could collect like 50 million pounds. Those 2 games could collect like 50 million pounds if you understand how much a football match is obviously paid for by agents. It's really a huge amount of money. So if that was to happen, then United had everything at stake to do it. But Ten Hag said, I don't need grown-up players. When you look at the players he brought in, no one is in that age of Thomas Müller. For your information, Thomas Müller is just 34 years of age. So if I came out and said Griezmann is 33 and I don't want to see Griezmann signed at Man United, then why get in a player like Thomas Müller? So Erik Ten Hag brought in Onana, 27, and for the goalkeeper, if Fatoli is 30, he can even go for some other 5-6 seasons. Then we had Mason Mount is 24, Rasmus Højlund is 20, and then Amrabat is 27. So no player surpassed 27 years of age. Now, why could we go for a 34-year-old player? I think for that, Erik Ten Hag would rather keep... Erik Ten Hag would rather keep this guy at the club of Manchester United, that is Anton Martial, and not go in for anything like Thomas Müller. That is it. So I think that's all about Thomas Müller to Man United, and I see no way we are obviously going to go in and really see this deal come to happen. I don't see this deal happening, and Thomas Müller to Man United, I see it not happening. Amidst everything that is being put up by Christian Falk, closest to Bayern Munich, that the player rejected to join Manchester United, trust me, United has been on the ladder of Thomas Müller. Sorry, on the back of Thomas Müller. You know those days when Louis van Gaal was here in 2015. They wanted to sign him as they wanted to sign Toni Kroos from Bayern Munich, but Toni Kroos went to Real Madrid, and very many other players that United wanted to sign from there. But I don't really see to it that this time around it's possible. However much they're saying he obviously said no. But I think no team would say no to Man United. Sorry, especially a player who is 34 years of age coming in at Man United. You know the history of Man United before Sergio Ramos comes in, how we spend our money stupidly, you know that, and how we pay ridiculous wages. People like Edson Cavani coming in through earning £200,000 a week, Ronaldo earning £850,000 a week, you know, the much you've been paying to those players. So it shows you exactly what this club of Man United is all about and how we really think. So I think Thomas Müller couldn't say no to Man United because he's not getting ample playing time at the club of Bayern Munich, and he could get ample playing time at the club of Man United, but I don't think Erik Ten Hag is really interested in Thomas Müller, and there is no way I'm seeing this deal happening. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me your thoughts about Thomas Müller to United interest explained. And what do you make about it? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. The Muslim is Barakallahu Fikum. And we thank God for the gift of life. I'm out. Bye-bye.